Hey guys, it's Meme and my trusty sidekick.
Oh, Vinny's here. Welcome to the Tuesday at 2 live show. The Crafty Sidekick Shenanigans is over on the other side. Welcome in, and I hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. We are, I guess, we're excited to be back at work. I don't know if I can say that or not for sure, but there's a lot going on around this place, and we're short a bunch of people, and so it's a crazy place around here. So just hang on. Okay, I feel better now. Thankfully, Josh is here helping out with the shipping this week. He had a little bit of vacation at his job, and instead of getting to take vacation, I begged him to come help us. And so he's doing that this week to help me and Amber get all of your packages out because we had a great response to our Memorial Day sale. Now, if you missed out, you're in luck. We're going to extend it until midnight tonight. So it was supposed to end at midnight last night, but we're going to extend the sale through midnight tonight because we were closed yesterday. So a lot of you didn't get to call in and place your order. So if you need to call in to place your order, you can do that today. The double days coupon is still available for you to get, but you still can't use it till after the sale is over. But you can do that. You can use your current points if you call into the store to place your order.
We need to clarify that because if you're just watching today and don't know what double days is, we're
Yeah,
doubling your
sorry.
loyalty points. So normally you get 1 point for every dollar you spend in our store, but during the sale we doubled them. So you got 2 points for every dollar you spent. You still can't use those points until the sale is over. They are restricted for after the sale, but even if you shop through midnight tonight, we'll double your points.
That's right. So you get double points during the sale. You just have to wait till after the sale to use them. We are so excited to be able to do this for you guys, and I hope that you will take advantage of it. That'll just be a blessing to you and a blessing to us. So we hope that you'll do that. Other things that we need to do for us. If you're new here and you want to shop with us, everything that you see used today can be purchased through our online craft store at www.maymaymadeit.com. Also, if you're not a current subscriber, we would love for you to subscribe and become a part of this community. We're just a great place to be. I toot my own horn, I guess. But anyway, we have a great group of subscribers that will love on you and care for you and even pray for you if you want them to do that. And we're excited about this group and this community that we have that we get to share with you today. Also, give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying the video. Just we call that Vinnying the video. So give us a like and thumbs up the video, and we'll certainly appreciate that too. You might want to ring the bell so you get notified every time May post a video because you don't want to miss a single one. May. That was kind of around the world, wasn't it?
You had a lot to say today. That's okay. You're used to sitting there waiting on me, and I'm waiting on you, so no big deal. So for today's video, I wanted to do something masculine, but the reason is because June is Father's Day month, and I guarantee you're already trying to think, how do we make in all the years our masculine project? I think in all the years that I have been paper crafting, one big question we get is, help me make something for a guy. What can I do for a guy? So here's what I've done. I've come up with 5 tips to help you when planning your masculine project, which should take the fear out. So here's what's interesting.
Can I interrupt you?
Sure.
I'm sorry. I forgot this. Hey, y'all, if you're calling to place your order, can you wait till after the live show? Because Tam is having to put in links and answer questions as a moderator on this video, which means she can't really answer the phone to take your order till after this is over. Okay. So if you need to call to place an order, will you please wait till after this video has concluded before you call?
Angie's out.
Sorry for that interruption.
And so Tamitha's filling in. So she's kind of doing everything. So I've come up with 5 ways to help you that are foolproof ways to help you plan your masculine project. Here's the thing. I wanted to do this instead of just bringing you a masculine project because I could bring you a card that I design. I could bring you a folio that I design. I could bring you a scrapbook layout that I design, but it may not fit the person you're gifting to. So thank you so much for loving the thumbnail. So many of you were commenting on it. I think that's cute. We had a little fun with the thumbnail this morning, a little photo shoot, little fun. I thought it was a fun thing to do. So I hope you enjoyed it. Now, yes, you can still order online. You can just order online like normal, but if you wanted to call in, you can. So let's talk about these 5 foolproof ways to craft for the men in your life. And here's what we've got for you. We have this little printable, okay? It's free. You can get this if you want it. It's linked in the blog post, I think, or either in the description. Timothy can tell me where it's at. But we're going to start with number 1. I'll just run through them, okay? The first thing when you're planning a project for a guy or for someone in your life, a masculine person in your life, think about this. Start with the man, not the materials. So this is interesting, right? Many times we'll go, I don't have anything in here that's for men. I don't have anything masculine. We might think that, or I don't know what would be masculine. And so we start with our products when we need to start with the person first. Okay. So think about who you're crafting for. Is he into cars, hunting, sports? Is there a theme? Does he have a hobby? Think about that. For fun today, and I think this is fun, for fun today, so I've been using AI to help me do some stuff. Like I really enjoy using my AI. And so I thought this would be fun. I went to AI and I said, I want to make a card for a well-known man so that you guys know who this is as well as me. And I asked him to give me some suggestions. And the very first suggestion he said was Sam Elliott. And I'm like, who doesn't know who Sam Elliott is and who doesn't know his style, right? We don't know his personal style or his personal. Wouldn't it be funny if he's not into horses at all or into any of that stuff at all? But we're going to treat it like Sam Elliott is exactly who we think he is from movies. And today we're going to make a card with him in mind, okay? So we can put all my little processes together. So process number 1, who are we crafting for? So if you're thinking about Sam Elliott, what do you think? What kind of things do you think he might be into? Remember, we don't know for real. He might actually be into knitting. I don't know what he's into, you know what I'm saying? But what do you think he's into? So Vinny, Shannon, what would you think when I say Sam Elliott?
Well, first thing I think of is the possum.
You think of music.
There's a country music station in Montgomery that uses a voiceover that sounds like Sam Elliott, whether it really is him or not, but he does all the advertising for their radio station.
Y'all are so funny. Alicia said, I hope we can make a card that's good looking as Sam Elliott. I knew y'all would love it. As soon as AI said Sam Elliott, I looked at Shannon and said, that's the one. That's who we're making a card
and
for.
I said we can use the paper cowboys.
Shannon said cowboys. So you guys got rodeo, motorcycles, fishing. There's probably a lot of different movies we could draw on from him. We're going to kind of lean Western, right? We're just going to go Western. So that's number 1. We leaned into that. But what I think is so cool that I want you to see what's happened in the chat, this same person, okay, the same gentleman, you're making all kinds of suggestions. Rodeo, motorcycle, fishing, horses, cowboy for sure, right? Uni thinks of Browns. Diana thought of Wrangler jeans. We're going to say that. She thought of Wrangler jeans and chaps. So here's what I want to point out to you. Don't think of your product first, because if you thought of your product and you put yourself in this box, you'd be like, I have nothing rodeo. I have nothing motorcycle. I have nothing, you know what I'm saying? Probably what we do is we go, I have nothing Sam Elliott. You see what I'm saying? But you probably do. So let's dig in a little bit. We pulled this paper pack. Shannon, do I have the cowgirl one? Because I want to show this. I meant to grab one to show you.
It has to be around here somewhere.
Here's the thing. So we grabbed cowboys. This is quintessentially Sam Elliott. Let's say you didn't have this paper pack. Let's kind of look at it for a second. Let's kind of see what's in here. Okay, there's a wood grain. That works for country or for country western or whatever you think about it. Every time they sling those doors open in the saloon, it's a wood floor, a real wood floor. Yeah. The bar's always wood, right? Look at this, plaid. How many times do you see some of your favorite western movies and movie stars wearing plaid, right? Stripes are always good for masculine. Here's another plaid. Then look at this, bandana. You may not have a cowboy paper pack. You may not have exactly what I'm showing you today, but you might have something with the bandana in it. You might have something with this kind of scroll work pattern. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to have exactly a paper pack that works. The other thing I want to show you is this. This is cowboy. What if you had cowgirls? Do you think you could use this pack too? You would probably say, no, I can't use cowgirls for Sam Elliott. Watch this. Look at that pattern right there. It is almost the same as this pattern. You could totally use that pattern. How about that stripe? What about that stripe says girl necessarily, right? It can work for girl, but it doesn't scream feminine. Look at wood grain is in here, and there's a little floral. Vinny doesn't mind a floral here and there. He's not going to want me to make him a rose card. I don't think he cares.
But you got that gingham right there.
There's
You got
gingham,
the I guess
plaid.
that's plaid, right?
Look at this. Boots, horses, and here's saddles. And there's cowboy hats. So even if you think, I don't have anything for masculine, think outside the box, okay? Now what about this? What if you don't have cowboy or cowgirl? Do you have wood grain? Do you have gingham? Do you have plaid in some other collection? You could look in a Christmas pack and find a gingham or a plaid that would work. You see what I'm saying? So think about the person before we think about what we have, like our products, okay? So we've done that. We figured out we're going to use something out of here. Now let's talk about this. My second tip is choose colors and motifs that he might like. So we kind of talked about that already. Now let's talk about colors. If I'm picking for Vinny, okay, I know we're doing Sam Elliott, we're going to, but if I'm making a card for Vinny, I know his favorite color is purple. I know that, right? I know he loves golf. So anything green or white or even outdoors, like, golf outdoor, like grass, any of that stuff. I also know he loves hunting and fishing. So any of that, I can look at those motifs. For other colors, he's a huge Alabama fan. So I know I can use every color from Alabama. That's going to work. So do you see how we're taking that whole, I don't have anything masculine, and we're opening up our horizon? So I could literally make Vince a card in Alabama football colors using checkerboard or dots and stripes or gingham paper. You see what I'm saying? I don't have to have all these manly or masculine supplies to make this happen. So that's number 2. And I love this. Swap pastels and florals for camo, denim, sports, rustic textures. Stick with neutrals, bold primaries, or whatever color he wears most. That's another thing. If you don't know someone's favorite color, I do this for fun. Shannon and Vince will tell you, I do this for fun. People walk in the store and I can usually pick out their favorite color by what they're wearing. I can usually pick it out and I'll go, is purple your favorite color? Yeah. Like Tina comes in and she's going to wear purple. That's what she's going to wear is purple. And I always know it's her favorite color. We had somebody come in not long ago and they had on a very unusual pair of glasses. They were like a really bright blue. And I went, is blue your favorite color? And they were like, yep, it's my favorite color. You can usually pick out what someone loves by what they wear. So think about that. If there's a gentleman in your life and he is constantly wearing brown, he ain't going to be sad if you make him a brown card. I say that because we used to tease my dad that his favorite color was brown because all he wore was brown, some variation of brown, top and bottom, and he wouldn't be sad about that. So think about that. That's the second one. Let's do the third idea, okay? Third idea is keep it simple or not, okay? Here's where we are. We're going to talk about, does he like clean, no fuss cards, or would he be wowed by flips, flaps, and interactive elements? Here's what you can know. If you're making a card and we're going to make a card in just a second, I'm going to talk to you about how this works. If you're making a card for somebody that knows what you do, or a project for somebody that knows you're a paper crafter, they're going to want you to make flips, flaps, and folds and all that kind of stuff. That's what they're going to expect from you. If I were to make a card for Vince and I just did a little fold over card, he'd be like, you dialed this in. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't say that to me, but he would know that, right? I mean, I'm not going to make you a simple card. You're someone I would make a fuss over, right? So, we talked about, do what?
I said, thank you.
Yeah. But we've talked about that before. There are some people we make a fuss over. There are some cards we want to spend some time on and make a fuss. And so Vinny would be one of those for me. But maybe I'm making a card for someone that I don't know very well, a masculine person that I just want to send a card to, maybe for a birthday or something like that. So where do we go for part 3? Part 3, we look for the design of the card, okay? And 3 and 5 are going to work really well together. In a second, we're going to talk about those. So you really need to look at all 5 of these before you start designing, but we're on part 3. So here's what I did for this part. I went out to Pinterest and I looked up fun fold cards, and there are a plethora of fun fold cards out there. And I looked for one that I felt like I could make masculine. Not that it was masculine. As a matter of fact, the one I chose was a floral with green and gold foil. And I'm like, we can do this card for Sam Elliott. Okay. So the card we're going to make, that's literally what we were looking for, the card for Sam Elliott. I said, this would be a good one. The card we're going to make starts with this fancy fold base. Okay. And it looks like this. You guys have seen it. Nothing new under the sun. I found this on a blog. I should have linked that blog. I have to go back and see whose it was. I have to go find it. But this is how this goes. It opens like this. And I thought, I feel like this would be interesting for Sam Elliott. It's different. You know, it looks different. I can make it look different. And I thought this would be a fun one. This is the guts. This is what we're going to get started with. Okay. So I want to show you something. This card can be done this way. It can be done this way because it can open down. It can be done this way because it can open this way. And it can be done this way because it can open this way. And also, if we turn it the opposite way, which is where I struggle, because remembering how these guys go, if we turn it the opposite way, now it can be opened this way. You see that? And it can be opened down at the landscape. So there's a lot we can do with this card. We're going to look at it in just a second. We're going to put it together. So does that make sense? I don't want you to find a masculine card. I want you to find the card fold or the card type that fits the person. For my kids, I'd look for something fun. You know what I'm saying? My kids would like fun and interactive. For my grandkids, I want something wow, right? Because that's what they want. For my grandson, he's going to want something fun, pull out, pop up, wiggly, something like that. Does that make sense? Are we getting the point? Let me see if you guys have got it before we move on to making this guy. So if you have any questions or thoughts about what I've said so far, share them because I want to talk about it. Tamitha, what is that? What did you just link? Card download. Is that the template? Is that the template we're going to use? All right, you guys are getting it. Good. So it's making sense. Tell me this. Is it helping you already to break it down and think like this instead of, oh no, I've got to make a masculine card and I don't have any idea where to start? Is this helping you a little bit? I almost messed up. I have to trim this again. Okay. So Tamitha has posted the template for you guys, and that's going to be where we start. And I'm going to show you this. Okay. So this is my template, and there's one thing I forgot to write on it. Let me find my marker. This piece is 6 3/4 by 8. That's what you're going to start with, 6 3/4 by 8. Okay. And we have a picture of this for you guys. Tamitha just shared the template for you. And so you can look at this later. Okay. You can reference it. So let's do the scoring. Go to your scoreboard. And we have to do some scoring and some pencil marking. I really want to leave that in screen for you guys. So I'm going to push it as far as I can. Okay. So I can do this. We'll work a little this way. All right. Let's start with our first score. Our first score on the 8-inch side, I've got this in my scoreboard on 8 inches, is 2 3/4. Honestly, that's the number you're working with, 2 3/4, because we're making this first score mark and we're going to move 2 3/4 inches away and make a pencil mark, which is actually 5.5. So grab yourself a pencil or a pen. And while you've got this here, you've done your score mark. I want you to move over to 5.5 and make yourself a pencil mark that you can see. Okay. Then we're going to turn this just like this, and we're going to do this side now. All right. And we'll make our pencil mark first on this side. So I'm going to make a pencil mark here at 1 1/4. Then we're going to score it at 4 inches. And you're like, Mama, you said 2 3/4. Well, let me show you. If you measure from here to here, that's 2 3/4. This square we're creating, this square is 2 3/4. These panels are 2 3/4. But if you use my measures, you don't have to think. All right, now you can see our score mark. We have like a cross hatch right there. Now what I want you to do is your pencil marks. You have one at 1 1/4 inches, okay? And then you have one down here. Let's see if I can get it on screen for you to see it. I don't know that I can. Yeah, I can. You have one down here and then one up here. Now, let my camera come back because it blipped. We're going to score on the diagonal between those two lines. Y'all, that's it. Our score mark crossed right across here. I'll show you with this one. So this score mark crosses right across. That's it. That's how hard this card is to make, the base. And you can make this for anybody. You can make this for anybody. While we're here, I want to cut another piece. Do I remember? I do. It's right here. This piece, which I don't think I gave Tamitha this number. I need to give her this number. This one is 2 3/4. That's our number we're working with today. 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. Because I want to give myself a panel. I'll talk about those in just a second, Alicia. We're going to talk about that in a second. I want to give myself a panel that's going to live. Let me show y'all. I won't leave you hanging, I promise. I want to give myself a panel that's going to live right here to give me even a little bit extra to decorate with. So when it opens, it'll open like that. Kind of cool, right? Okay, so was there a question?
Nope, I said super cool.
Okay, so here's the pieces I'm working with. Now, Alicia was keen-eyed and she saw my numbers. This guy is the mat for this square, 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. And this guy is the mat for this square, 5 by 3 3/4. So that's where we're going to go now. We're going to look for what we want to put in those spots. So let's go to the fun part, which is paper. Paper is the fun part. Don't y'all love the paper part? Oh, it smells good. It smells so good. I love that bandana paper, y'all. I think this 12 by 12 is sold out on the store. However,
The cowboy,
yeah,
it is.
but I think there's some in the retail store. At least there's one pack. So if somebody needs it, I know there's one pack. Just email or reach out and we'll do our best to the first person who calls in. This bandana is really cute, but I don't want to cut into it for this. I'm going to keep going. Look how pretty that is. So pretty. All right, let me keep looking. Ooh, I like the wood. I like the, does this feel very Sam Elliott right there? The wood and the saddles. Does he play guitar? You might know.
I don't remember him playing guitar. I was trying to think if he played a guitar in Roadhouse, but I don't think he did. I think he was.
You know, I bet if we conjured up all the movies that he's been in, we'd all be shocked, wouldn't we?
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Also, you guys, this is a great project for 6x6 cardstock. So if you have some this is a thing. I know a lot of times we don't buy 6x6 or we only buy 12 by 12 versus 6x6. Grab some like this to throw in your stash because what a great place. Look at these colors. Aren't they pretty?
He does play the
He
guitar.
plays guitar, y'all. There you go. Now you know. All right, let's have some fun. Let's do our first mat in this wood grain because I think we can do several mats. We're going to talk about that too, okay? About several mats. All right, so I'm going to do my first mat. So I need a 2 1/2 by 2 1/2 piece. I'm going to go right up here to this corner. And look, if you want to save cardstock, there is no shame in this game. Take your trimmer blade and pull it down to 2 1/2 and stop. See that? Listen, we always tease that if you need to know anything, Shannon's your girl. She is going to Google it. We call her Shagoogle because she's going to figure it out.
I will search it out.
Do you see he has 78 movies and 34 TV shows? Do you know this because you're a huge fan or because you looked it up? All right, I'm going to go to 2 1/2 on my trimmer.
He's actually released albums too.
What?
By the
The
way.
stuff we're learning about Sam Elliott today. That's funny. I'll go up here to 2 1/2 again. Did I get there yet? I don't think I'm there yet.
Wow. Bonnie says he also plays the piano and sings.
What? The stuff we are learning. Okay, look. So to save cardstock, if you do this right here, I just took out that one little corner. I'm going to cut another
Y'all have
piece.
to be Googling this stuff. Surely you didn't
Yeah.
already know that. He is proficient at piano, clarinet, bass, drums, and harmonica.
Proficient.
One-man band.
All right,
What a
I'm going to do a
guy.
5-inch. 5-inch. 3 3/4. Is that right? Why does that not feel right? But I'm going to go with it because this is what I told y'all. So let's see what happens. It's right. Okay, so we're good. Let's move this one aside. All right, so let's see what we're looking like. I did not fold and crease because I already had one folded and crease. So I hope you're all okay with that. Here we go. So now we have this piece for this top corner, a little bit of wood grain. It's kind of pretty. And then I want to put some wood grain here. Now, as you can see, this is a little bit dark for me to be able to write. So we're going to put some more stuff here. This is where we go to step. Hang on, let me get my little sheet. Well, it's number 4. Here's where we go to number 4. Step number 4 is, does this card need to be functional as also a gift? Okay, so I have picked out a base. We know what base we're using, but does this card need to have a pocket or a flap to hold money? Well, I think we need to buy Sam Elliott a gift. That's what I think. I think if he's who we're giving this to, we probably need to have a way to put a gift in it. So let me show you what we're going to do. So super easy. I've got this piece here. I'm going to put a piece to write on behind here. So let's cut that real quick. I think I'll use some cream colored cardstock for that. We'll just go with a simple piece for that. And I want to cut it down. This is where you have to play on your own. Okay. I don't have measures for all these. Okay. So you're going to have to play on your own for this one. So I'm going to cut this piece down to 3.5 because it was 3 3/4 before. That was my first mat piece. And then I'm going to cut it down to 4 3/4. Actually, no, just hold on a second. We're going to do something even better. So 4 3/4, and I'm going to add an inch. So 5 3/4. Now, this is where you just make this up, okay? Just make this up. This piece is longer than where I want to put it. Do you see that? By an inch. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to score this guy at 4 3/4. So I scored it, and I'm going to fold this up. What am I doing right there? He needs mustache wax, so we're going to give him a gift card for some mustache wax. I'm going to create a pocket right here, okay? Now, this is where we get into 5 as well. 5 is factor in the final form. Here's what this means. Are you mailing it or are you handing it? If you're handing it, we can do whatever we want to do. If we're mailing it, we have to think about how thick we're about to make our card, okay? We're going to hand it. And I want to use my tiny attacher. I did not pull it. This is going to be a challenge, isn't it? To find the tiny attacher. So here's another thing I want to talk to you about with masculine cards. Consider adding elements that are masculine. Okay, so this is just a bonus tip. Let's say you've got some twine, which I want to use twine in a minute. Let's say you've got some brads, some buttons, something that feels masculine in your stash. This is where you want to think about that, because I'm going to be, I wish I could hand this to him, by the way. Did anybody notice that I said we're going to be handing this to Sam Elliott? No, I'm not. But we're making it like we are. So Shannon's going to give me my little tiny attacher, and we'll keep going here. All right, let's consider this while we're getting our tiny attacher. What's going here, which is that front piece on our card. You want to go with me to hand it to him? Wouldn't that be cool if that could happen? It ain't going to happen, y'all. Let's go back to the paper. For me, I'm going to go to the paper. But you could go to your stamps at this point. You could do wherever you have something to decorate this part with. I'm going to go right here and see what's in my paper packet. The best in the West. Is that what y'all want me to say to him? Let's see. Yippee-ki-yay. Giddy up. Life is better in those cowboy boots. How about never let your head hang down unless it's to admire your boots? That's cute. Happy trails. Ride more, worry less. I don't know. Maybe the guitar. It does have a floral, but I think it's really cool. Bless you. Let's do. Goodness. You good? You just walked back in here. You just walked back in and brought something with you.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Let me look at stickers too. Let me look at stickers because you never know. What'd you say, Shannon?
Do you know where it is?
I do not. Did you check the drawer? And did you check the loop table?
I don't see it on the loop table.
We meant to pull it. We talked about it. Are they using it up in the front room?
I don't know.
Do you want to surprise me with one?
I might have to.
Surprise! Okay, so let's see what else is on here. I might want to use one of these. Oh, this might be cute. Okay, so I'm going to go with Best in the West. So I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to see how I'm going to be able to fit it on here. Remember, I can do this any way I want because I'm going to hand it to you. Did you hear that?
I did.
You have to decide if you're going to mail the card or hand it so you know how thick you can make it and all the stuff you can add. So I decided this is going to be a hand-delivered card.
I'm shocked.
How would y'all deliver a card to Sam Elliott?
And don't answer that.
Look how look.
There might be children watching.
I'll drive the bus. All right, so see, I'm too big. That's okay. I'm going to trim this guy down and make him work. I'm going to come right here and do a little trimming. Let me take, I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off 2 sides and see what we end up with. Off this side. And let's see where we're at. We're a little bit too big. So I'm going to trim some more and I've got some space. So let's take a little bit more off. Can I take another 8? It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Let's don't take an 8. Let's split the difference there. Let's just see what we can do. It's going to be close. All right, let's see what this ends up doing. Pretty good, pretty good. I think I'm going to leave that like that. I kind of like it. And, well, no, because I did want to add a little more color behind it. So I'm going to trim off about 1/8 of an inch from the top and bottom also, but just 1/8 here. Because I want to put a little blue behind this. I think it'd be pretty to have that pop of blue. And remember, I can do anything I want because I don't have to mail it. If you have to mail it, you want to think about that, okay? All right, so what was this size again? Let me look at it. 2 3/4 by 4.5. So I'm going to take this blue. I'm going to cut myself a piece that's 2.5. 2.5 by 4 1/4. And my plan, I keep catching my microphone. I'm sorry if that's loud, you guys. My plan is to do this and then this. But I'm not done because I want to add another. Oh, I got so close to that. That's really good. I like that. But my plan is to add another piece, another little element. Speaking of, can you give me some baker's twine, something blue or these colors? I think that'll be cute. All right, let's go back to the inside. We'll come back to the outside in a second. So here's my thought. So I want a pocket to put a gift card in. Okay. So here's this piece. I'm going to flip this up and I'm going to take this tiny attacher. This is one of those things you should just have in your stash because you never know when you're going to be able to use it. See where my hole is, right to the edge. So I'm going to staple one side. See that? And I'm going to staple the other. Is there any baker's twine? So look, and I don't care that they're not even because here's the deal. This is a country western card. You see what I'm saying? Country western. So it's going to look like that. Now, let's see what it looks like when we shut the card down. You'll have that little bit peeking out. So we might want to decorate that. We might not want to. We're going to look at what this looks like with this piece on it, how much is actually showing. That might work. I actually think that looks kind of cool just like it is. I think that works. No? Maybe not. I thought we had a tan. Did I use it all?
No, we have gray. But you don't have a tan. You have yellow, gray, blue, red.
All right, I'll use the twine. I'll use the hemp twine.
Pink.
Pink would work.
Pink is very
Sam Elliott, right?
Sam Elliott.
I'll use this one. We're going to use this. We're doing a lot of brown. Okay, so I don't want to put this in yet because I think I want to stamp on it. I think I want to stamp on this. So let's do that now, and then we'll put everything together. Where's my stamps? We pulled out a couple to choose from. Number one, if you guys don't know, we have vaulted stamps. These are stamps that we're not bringing back when they sell out, and they're at a really, really good price. This guy right here is vaulted. So if you want to go pick up a good Father's Day set for, I think they're what? I don't want to say because I never want somebody tell me, but you can get this set at a really good price, and it's so good for Father's Day. Everything you need to say in here is available. I don't know that I'm going to use that one. I might, because I might mix it up. Then we also brought out, this one is not vaulted, but we brought this set out too, which is called All About Him. And I thought there'd be some cute stuff we could put in here, like you're the best, you're a hero, And then you're awesome. And also it's to us and to me. So you can go to us, you're a hero. To us, you're awesome. To us, you're the best. To me, you're a hero. To me, you're the best. So our front says the best in the West. So I might use that, or you're awesome.
Falsehoods are $8.99.
$8.99 is how much that is. So let's come right here and let's do a little stamping. I meant to look up and see if he was a dad or.
Give us Googlers just a minute.
I'm reading these to see what y'all want to hear what they say. You're the best. You're the coolest. World's greatest. I'm grateful for you. You're awesome. You're a classic. We love you. You rock. Proud to call you. I'm so thankful for you. I have a hero. I call him. From the world's greatest kid. I love that.
Yes.
You're the man.
His daughter.
I like one of a kind and you're the man. So let's do you're awesome. And I like hope your day is amazing. Let's do that. We're going to mix two. Now then, again, these sets in particular, I did pull from my masculine ones, but based on what we're saying, you know, based on the card we're sending, you could probably get these simple sentiments from a lot of your different stamp sets. All right, so let's do you're awesome right here. I don't know if it's centered. I just stamped. And then let's take this one off of here, get my cloth. And this one goes here. Then let's do hope your day is amazing. I'm going to use the camera to help me line this up. Cute, cute, cute. So mixing some stamp sets. Again, they wouldn't even have to have been, I mean, I'm sure you have stamp sets that say hope your day is amazing and you're awesome that aren't necessarily for men, right? All right, so let me glue. I haven't touched my glue since before the holiday, so I probably need to poke a hole to get the skin off of it. Yep, let me poke a hole. I tell myself when we're going to walk away for any period of time, I should close this up, but I forget to. Timothy reminded me of something. I did a thing. Shannon and I walked around and we did this. We went around in our store and we found all the items that we felt would work really well for masculine cards and masculine projects. And we created a collection for you. What that means is you can simply click and it'll take you to a bunch of suggestions. It's not necessarily everything we have. It'll take you to a bunch of suggestions for masculine projects. I wish I knew where my straight pen was. I had it right here. Oh, it's right here. But if you want to look at what we have, because you've got that coupon code, go ahead and look. And you can use that coupon code on some masculine stuff for your Father's Day projects. I should put glasses on so I can see what I'm doing.
Otherwise, you stab your other finger.
Yep, that's what I'm trying really hard to do. Got it. I woke it up. Had to wake it up. Somebody read to me what Kathy's saying. It's a little long. I can't focus.
She says, Mama, yesterday my granddaughter was on YouTube looking for a video on how to put together a gift basket for graduation for her friend. And she found your December 2015 video. She said, Mama does it all.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you so much for sharing that with me too, to let me know. That's neat. Oh, I like this pocket. I really like the simplicity of this pocket. And I like using the tiny attacher to do it. Okay, check this out. If you wanted to give him a gift card to Made It, look, fits right in there. It's perfect. Okay, let me glue this guy down. Just like this. So that's the inside of our card. Pretty much sorted. I think that's good. I don't think it needs much else since we're going to add, we're going to write on it and we're going to add money or something into the pocket. That'll be super cute. All right, back to the front. Like I said, I'm okay with handing this to him so I can use twine in a neat way too. The other thing is the people who designed this card made it a little small for an A2. So they also matted it on a piece of cardstock. So I'm going to do that too. So underneath this guy, we're going to put a piece that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. as our matte base for the card. And I think this stripe will be pretty. I'll tell you something too. If you're going to spend this time putting this together, while you're here, cut multiples, because you always need a masculine card. It just seems like you never have a card for the guy in your life when you need it, you know? So check this out. This is kind of cute. You'll just mount this on here. Hang on. Mount this on here so that it has a border. I didn't cut something right because I don't like how my border's looking. It's a little bit off. Let me cut that down just a tiny bit. Y'all never make those kinds of cut mistakes, do you? All right. Now then, I want to use twine or something. Twine or something. I don't know what yet, but I want to do something to kind of tie this down, and I want to put this here. But before I do, I want to put my pieces. So let's put this piece of wood grain in this corner just because I think it's pretty, and I think I want it to go this way because of how my stripes are going. And I got to decide if I want to put cardstock on those strips, and I might want to. Let's get this guy in place. He's not perfect, but he's good. Do I want to put cardstock here and here? I kind of do, but I want to show you something. I got enough bulk, so I think I'm just going to measure this to put some cardstock on. Y'all good with that? So that'll be a 1 inch by 2.5 inch piece. And this one will be 2.5 by 2 1/4. All right, so let's pick what we want to go there. Oh, this plaid. Definitely this plaid. Plaids and stripes, my favorite things. Vinny just loves it. Don't you, Vin?
Oh, yeah.
Big fan. Okay, let me show y'all something. Back to my point about you can use whatever you've got to make this work. Okay, this cardstock I'm using right now came from the Cowboy paper pack. And I'm going to hold it up because I want y'all to see this. This is not from the Cowgirl pack. This is from the Cowboy pack. Do you see the pink in that stripe? Peachy pink. You can make that happen. You can do it. All right, so this guy I'm going to put right here. That's cute, isn't it? That's cute. You're so cute. Stick that guy down. That's cute. I like it. And then I'm going to put another piece right here. Same plaid. And it was 2.5 by 2 1/4, I do believe. Half. 2 1/4. Ooh. This way. Oh, I like that together. That's pretty. All right, let's lay that one down. He was in the military as well. This man did everything. So there we go. That gives us some pretty color there. Then we can put this guy on so we can put our other piece on. What I want to do is I want to do the twine so it can kind of tie it shut. What do y'all think of that? Like if it tied around the top, think like lasso. You know what I'm saying? Like that feel of a lasso. So if I put this here, I can cover it up that way. I want to decide how I want it to go around. This is off the cuff. I did not plan to do this, but I think it'll look cool. But it needs to go around the top. So if I move this down like this, I need to trim this to match each other. And then I had the twine come up here. That would look really cool, wouldn't it? It would look like a lasso kind of. So how do I want it to wrap around? Let me think. I think I want it to come here and go here. Do I want to make it permanent or do I just want to tie it? I think we'll just tie it. I don't think it needs to be permanent. All right. So I am going to attach these two to each other. I may attach it because I have another idea too. I may attach it in a way, but just not under these guys. So notice that I'm gluing this where it has a thinner strip at the bottom than the top. That's to give me more space for my twine. And I need to trim this because it's hanging over just a tiny bit. put that down like that. And then let's glue it onto here. To me, this is the fun part when you're just kind of playing and going, where do I want this and where do I want that? Just kind of seeing where it goes. And once you play and you get this like you like it, you have a design for the next time you need a card. You just do the same thing in different colors or different styles. All right, this would get glued here. It's going to get attached in some way. Kind of thinking if I could get that tiny attacher in here, and I could attach twine here and wrap it. So I can have that staple on the outside too. I think that'd look cool. All right, let's unwrap this the correct way, which I never do. Never unwrap this right. Should have handed this to you to do. Here it is. Shannon can figure, she can get a knot out of something. All right, I'm gonna give myself more than I need. Here's a trick for you. When you get this stuff off, see how it's all kind of wrinkled, folded, creased? Ribbon, do it. Be careful because you'll give yourself a rope burn. But do it like that. See how that changes? It's almost like ironing it. But honestly, be super slow. You'll give yourself literally a rope burn. There we go. All right, let's see how we want to do this. So you got to pay attention to where this thing ends. And I want to give myself room to tie. So that's probably plenty. So I can attach it against that wood grain. Let's see how hard that'll be to do with a stapler. I don't think it goes part of the way in, but I really want it to go there. So let's go from this end and see what we can do. I just think it's kind of neat. I mean, it's not cowboy, but it's another texture. See that? So now when we come back here, we have that little bit of extra. It looks like nails and wood. It's kind of neat, right? I like that. All right, now we can glue this guy on just like this, right to it. I think that looks cool. Also, when you glue this guy on, you only want to glue him to this square at the top. You don't want to glue him anywhere else. So you know what I like to do? I put my fingers back here, and I'm going to do it this way. I put my fingers where I don't want glue, so I know I can go here. That's how I try to size up where it goes. And you can always put glue here to make sure you get it at the bottom. All right, now we can pull this guy back around and attach it. I think this is looking kind of cool. Now, here's where I want to let my lasso work for me. I want to wrap it around to give myself enough to do what I wanted to do. I wanted to wrap it twice, and I did. And now we can tie it. Of course, you would sign the inside. You'd put your gift card in. You might not want to tie a bow, but I would so they can untie it. Just not something too super fancy. You know what I'm saying? Because we're looking for masculine. Kind of stretch that out a little bit. And I gave myself way too much ribbon, which I always do. So I'm going to cut some of this off. Ribbon, twine. Look how cute that is. I think it turned out really cute. And for fun, you could like add another one of these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like down here or something. We won't because I know. But isn't this cute? I really like how this turned out. I like using the staples. And I like thinking of the person. So let's go back to our tips and see how we did. See if we matched up. Number one, start with the man, not the materials. We did that, right? We started with what he liked, okay? Number two, choose colors and motifs he'll love. I think we did that, right? Number three, keep it simple or not. Depends on what they would like, you know? If it's a kid, if it's a grown-up, if they know that you're a card maker, they're going to want you to do something that wows them. Make it functional. That's what we want to do here. If it needs to hold something, if it needs to be a gift, you want to add a place to put that gift in there. And then last, factor in the final form. How's it going? Are you mailing it? Or are you handing it? If you're handing it, you can make it super thick. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. So, you happy with that?
I mean, it's a great project, especially with very timely too, with Father's Day coming up. You may not can make a card for Sam Elliott, but you can make a card for another hero in your life.
Oh, I forgot to glue on the backing. You're right. I meant to do that. So glue on your backing. You might want to do this before you wrap your twine. Actually, I don't think you'd have to. I think it'd be cute like this. Yeah, you got to glue on your backing to make it the right size. Honestly, you don't have to have the backing. You can just put it in an A2 envelope because it's pretty close, but you can glue that backing on if you prefer it. I think I might like this other side because I think it'll frame the card better. And I might glue it. Should I glue it?
Well, you wrapped it twice.
It'll still,
One side won't come up.
that's true. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave it off. It's fine. That's what you get for not thinking ahead. But I didn't. That tells you that I wasn't thinking ahead. I did this on the fly, which you can do as well. So I hope that helps you with your masculine card struggles. Everybody struggles with it. Everybody. I've been doing card making and project making long enough to know there's always a struggle. Also, this is not just for card making, okay? This is also for albums, scrapbook pages, folios, anything you're doing. Use these 5 tips. Start just like this. Start with the man, not the materials. Also think about this. Let's say you're doing a album or a folio for a gentleman in your life who maybe just won an award. What's an award? Maybe they won a pickleball award. Maybe they won like Picklist Volleyer. I don't know what they get for pickleball. What do they get? The Picklist Volleyer. If you don't have that prize in pickleball, you should. Maybe they won a pickleball award. My son Thomas, he's constantly winning disc golf awards, disc golf trophies and disc golf stuff. Think that. Go with disc golf. Think how cool that would be to make him a card that's round, like a disc. Does that make sense? So that's what I want y'all to do. I want you to use my tips when you're making your masculine cards. I think it will work really well for you. That is today's video.
What a hoot.
Good job.
What if I told y'all stuck around long enough to get some inside information?
You don't want to miss this.
You need to get excited. You do, okay?
This is a save the date kind of moment.
This is save the date. I told y'all I was working on something, and today I can tell you who with, and I can tell you some details about it. I need you to go to your calendar right now. I need you to mark off. I need you to go to work and mark off whatever you got to do, okay? July 23rd, 24th, and 25th. You need to mark those days off, okay?
You're busy.
You are going to be busy those days, July 23rd, 24th, 25th. If you can't mark those days off, mark them off to remind you that you have some live stream classes that you can watch at any time, okay? We are going to do an online event in July, a Christmas in July online event, and we're doing it with, are you ready? Ready for this with Dress My Craft. Yes, a May and Dress My Craft event in July. I'm so excited about this. You're going to be excited too. We had our second phone call this morning, and I am so excited about what Shalini, you have to meet her, and you're going to get to at the event and probably before. I'm so excited about what she proposed this morning for us to do. So excited. It is going to be a kit. It is going to be a 3-day event. We're going to do 3 projects together, and there's going to be 2 projects for afterwards that you can complete. It's going to be incredible. Mark the days now for buying tickets. Our goal, we have one more phone call with Dress My Craft a week from today, and right after that, we'll be able to put tickets on sale. Okay, we have to finalize some kits and some numbers and some weights and things like that, because this, the Dress My Craft folks are in India, so there's a lot of kind of logistics we're working out. But I'm gonna say at max in 2 weeks you'll be able to buy tickets. Okay, now there may be a limited number of seats. It's going to depend on how many kits we can get in our time frame. All right. This opportunity came up because Dress My Craft reached out on something completely different. And I went, hey, you ever thought about doing this? And they were absolutely game for it. And I'm in love with it. I think it's going to be so cool.
Your call is on Monday, the 2nd?
No, the 7th. June 7th is when we're talking.
June 7th is a Saturday.
Yes. No, June 7th is when she's sending me pictures, but we'll get them on the 8th. Remember, they're a day ahead of a day different from us.
So you'll get them on Sunday.
We will receive them then, and then we will have our call after that to finalize. Okay. So we have There's a lot of stuff happening. Okay. So don't miss it. You're going to love this. I honestly, here's what happened this morning. I cannot tell
We
you.
carry a lot of Dress My Craft
We do.
product in our store.
We do. We love Dress My Craft. I use Dress My Craft all the time. I don't have any sitting here. I did this other day because I told you I didn't have one with me. But here's the deal.
It's an online event.
When we saw her plans for the classes, Shannon and I both got so excited because it is going to answer a question y'all ask us over and over again. I cannot give you too many details, but here's what I'll tell you. There's these things that you always buy that you don't know what to do with. She's got you covered. You're going to love this class. And if you don't, and you don't have to have anything because you're going to get a kit. Okay. You'll have to have like your we call it the usual suspects. So it's me and Tamitha say whenever she's like, what do I need? The usual suspects, which is your glue and your bone folder and all that. You're going to need all that stuff, but you're going to be so excited. I'm so excited. Just wait till you hear about it more, but it'll be coming. As we can update you, we'll keep updating you, and I will keep letting people know because I want you to reserve the days on your calendar because I don't want you to miss it. And hopefully this is the first of many of these. I'm going to be reaching out to people and go, look what we can do together. Because I think this is fun, but this is a May and Dress My Craft event. It will be on my channel. It will be hosted on my channel on May Made It. And all you have to do is have the day off, have your comfy PJs, have some snacks, get your kit, and be ready for it. And it'll be very much like the events, our online events we've done in the past. There'll be some Q&A. You know, we did an event with 49 and Market, sort of similar to this, not exactly like it, but you got to meet Janine and we had a Q&A. You're going to get to do some of that same stuff here. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So now you know what we're working on, and I just cannot wait. First time we've done an event in July. I don't know why we don't do that. I guess we always go, no, it's Christmas in July. We can't do anything, but it's the perfect time to do a Christmas in July event. Pam, all that's coming. All that's coming. We cannot give you a price yet. There's so many things up in the air. We don't know what all's coming in your kit yet. We don't know how much it's going to cost to ship it, yada, yada. So we have an idea of where we're at. And I'll just tell you, it's very in line with every other May event we've ever done. Very in line. And I'm super excited. It's coming. How excited am I? Super. I'm very excited. I'm actually honored that they're willing to do this with me. That it means a lot to me. So, yeah, so excited. So now you know we have a little treat for you. I don't know if I mentioned this, but we have this as a PDF for you guys to be able to open and print or take a screenshot of. You can, if you're trying to see it, I know it's a little blurry on my screen, but you can get this. There's a link for you guys in the description or on the blog post. I'm not sure which one. Hey, that's it, you guys.
Remember, we did extend the sale to tonight at midnight. So if you have not taken advantage of it, it's 20% off almost everything in the store with the usual exclusions. The coupon code is double days. And the reason we chose that is because you will receive $2 points for every dollar you spend in the store. So we're doubling your loyalty points. We do ask that you not use those until after the sale is over for the new ones. If you have to call in because you want to use your loyalty points that you currently have, you will need to call the store starting here at 3 o'clock.
We are going to pray and hang up from here so that you can go talk to Tamitha, because I know a lot of you guys are wanting to reach out to Tamitha to place an order, and she's going to be there for you. So, Vinny, all right, pray for us.
Let me close this out. Hey, God, thanks for the day and all your blessings. We thank you for those that sacrificed their entire lives. They sacrificed everything for the freedoms that we enjoy today. And as we celebrated that yesterday, God, help us not to forget that freedom is not free. We thank you, God, that you sent your son Jesus to set us free from our sin. And he paid the ultimate price for us when he shed his blood to help wash us clean from all of our sins. God, I thank you for every person watching. I pray, God, that they will know how special they are and how much they mean to us. And I pray, God, that something we've done today, something we've said today has just shown people how much we love you and how much you love them. God, we thank you in advance for all you're going to do, for every blessing that you give us and provide for us. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Hey, thank you all for being here today. Hope you enjoyed another Tuesday at 2. Until Thursday, have a good one.
Bye
See you
now.
then. Bye now.